All around the world, there are people living in poverty. They cannot get the help they need because the countries that they live in are too poor to provide relief. How can poverty be ended in countries that spend more money on their debt than they spend on public health care? People live in developing countries where the debt can amount up to $250 billion. 10 developing countries had to spend more on their debt relief than they spent on public education in 2006, and 53 spent more on debt relief than health care for the general public. The 8th Millennium Development Goal calls to create a global partnership for development. One of the essential steps of this is to make sure developing countries have the money and resources that they need in order to develop. In the world, developing countries owe a total of $2 trillion to the world's richest countries and lending institutions. Debt like this restricts poor countries and leaves them hopeless. They lose all their resources and all their money, and they are left with nothing. If a country cannot be secure economically, they cannot be secure in any other aspect. Debt relief around the world has been in action for quite some time. Tanzania used resources saved from its debt relief to build 1,000 new schools and greatly increase primary school enrollment. The more debt that is taken off the shoulders of these poor nations, the more progress like this we will begin to see everywhere around the world. Mozambique used resources made available from debt relief to provide vaccines for 1 million children. There are many countries that are not even being looked at for debt relief, and they are still struggling against poverty today. Even though billions of dollars have been given for international debt relief, it is not enough. There's a simple solution. Do the world a favor and push for the cancellation of all the debt of developing countries in the world. Although many people will lose a lot of money, it is the only way to ensure that the world begins to develop and people's lives begin to improve. Begin to work with these countries to ensure that they don't fall back into debt. Give them the money that they need to get back on their own 2 feet. Without significant progress in debt relief, how can the rest of the world hope to address issues that are affecting them? If a country has money tied up in debt, they do not have the supplies they need to fix any of the other problems that are affecting them.